Big fat nothing, folks. Very frustrating. Okay, so long story short, let me show you what I did wrong. I left one frame that apparently had open larvae. See? They're ignoring the grafts I gave them because they had this frame in there, I bet. So I took this frame out. They have now 4 frames. I need to repopulate with more bees. So I'm gonna go back to the donor hive. It's above a queen excluder. So I'm just gonna pull a frame of brood out of there and shake them into here. Mind you, again, I don't have my smoker lit, so these bees are being extremely well behaved. Thank you, ladies. So moral of the story is I killed anything that looked like a runty queen cell on that frame, swapped it with a frame from the top box over there that was all cat brood and all nectar, and I shook a bunch of bees. Any bees that was in the top box, I took the frames out, I shook them in there just to kind of boost that population. But I'm going to give them another 48 hours. This is Sunday, so Tuesday morning I'll come out here and I'll check to see if they're doing anything with the 2 grafting bars I gave them. At this point you would think they would have done something, but I don't know. There's absolutely nothing on there. If I have to, I'll just find a frame of eggs and I'll do another graft and I'll just keep this one going. I'll shake more bees in it. I got another queen excluder. I'll do the same with this second donor here. I ain't gonna kill myself on a Sunday. I'm gonna be nice and relaxed on this sweltering, full sunny day. Okay guys, so this is now Tuesday. It's about 11 o'clock. I didn't get out as early as I wanted to, but that's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and throw on my ventilated jacket and veil here and check that graft. I'm hoping, if I get lucky enough, that the bees would have utilized the 2 grafting bars of eggs that I transferred. Who knows, maybe not, because the eggs could have gone dry. If the bees never tended to them, that could be a problem. They were ignoring them pretty much, so no worries. If that's the case, then what I'll have to do is I'll have to light my smoker, maybe not, and find a frame that has eggs on it. I always like to light my smoker just because it's kind of cloudy out right now, and even though I don't mind being stung, I hate getting stung, to be honest with you. I can tolerate it, but I just prefer not to be stung. Thankfully, I have nice, gentle bees, so let me go ahead and get my gloves on. I'm using these extra large nitrile 9mm. They're 9mm nitrile gloves. They will sting through them. Don't get me wrong. They're definitely not sting-proof gloves. But just the material, they're less prone to sting you, and it gives you more. It gives me more dexterity. I can feel bees on my fingers a lot better than using those other gloves. So that's always important. Trying not to squish a bee is really a smart idea, because once you squish a bee, they release that "I'm dead" pheromone, and then the "I'm dead" pheromone causes the "I'm angry" pheromone. And then when they get the "I'm angry" pheromone, that's when they get the "I'm going to kill you" pheromone going, and they all want to pin your socks to your ankle. So be gentle with your bees, but at the same time, don't try to coddle them. I'm still guilty of going too slow. I try to take my time too much, I think. Enough of me rambling. Let's go ahead and check that graft, shall we? I got my tomato beds cleared out, so that's pretty good. I'm going to put some peppers in there, see how that goes. I got weeds over there to clear out yet, but that's for a different video. Same here. This is my Brazilian cherry. Nice little cherries on here. So I got to collect those. Getting this all weeded out and leveled. Got a nice shade canopy here. Probably could do some more sunflowers. Mexican sunflowers put out a lot of good blooms. So let's see what we got going on here. Did they touch any of the syrup? Yeah, I guess maybe a little. Still nothing. So I'm gonna have to re-graft. Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, none of them have any eggs. None of them have any jelly in it either. So there's nothing in there. Those are empty cups. So I'm gonna have to redo my graft. Let me take this and shake these off, I guess. Push these frames together. Shim. Good bee population still. I'll probably go into this double here in the middle, find a frame of eggs, graft it, and then shake more of those bees on the top in this one. So let me go ahead and get that put together. All right, so welcome to my bee lab, folks. So what I got is I have a new package, JZBZ cups. So I'm going to use these JZBZ cups. They're new out of the bag. I'm going to take these wood bars off. I could put these back in maybe because the bees have been on them for a couple of days. So I could, you know, reuse these, or I could just give them something new. Another tip that somebody left me with is I had 2 bars up top. This frame supports 3 bars. So it was recommended that instead of using the middle and the top, that I use the middle and the bottom. So you know what? That makes an awful lot of sense. I don't know why I didn't try that before, but I might just put all 3 bars in there this time. If I get more than what I need, then that would be a good thing. But right now, I just want to get any cells to be accepted. And again, these are dry as can be. So I do try, I think it's called dry grafting. I don't wet graft or try to use artificial jelly. I don't know if that would hurt anything or not. So who knows? Maybe I just took too long. Maybe I should only do 1 bar. Maybe that might be the better idea for me. 1 bar holds 15 to 18 cups. So instead of taking the time to do 30 cups, why don't I just do 1 bar, throw it in there real quick, and just see what happens. I don't know. That might be a better idea. So we'll see. I also have these JZBZ bars. I didn't get the plastic JZBZ frame to go with it. But as far as, you know, using this wooden frame, I'm thinking maybe I'll just use, you know, a JZBZ bar, because these cups do fit in there very nicely. They fit in the wooden grooves also, but I do notice that some spots in the wood groove are looser than others. These ones, obviously, they fit right in pretty secure because they're molded. Well, at least that one didn't. Well, see, I don't know now. See, that's what gets me on these JZBZ cups. It's all plastic, so I don't understand how they're going to be better or worse. It's just an option, I guess. So I also made a bunch of these little wax cell cups. These cell cups have to be attached to this bar. So I know a lot of people just dab little pieces of wax and you stick the thing on there. And then when the wax cools, the cup will stay there. But then you have to remove it. So how are you supposed to remove it if the wax is too big? You have to get in there and dig and pry. It just seems clumsy and messy to me. Reusing JZBZ, I'm wondering, is it possible to take a JZBZ cup, either cut that off, you know, cut the cup part off, or widen it with a drill, and then insert the wax cup in place. So that way you'll have that little round piece there to work with, which will just support the cell. But I don't know how that's supposed to be accomplished, but that's just something I had in mind. Again, that's to be tested. So enough of me rambling. Let me get my smoker lit and let me get a frame with eggs on it. And I don't think I'm going to mess around with the camera trying to record that. I have a Chinese grafting tool that I use. I got a package of these, and I do like to moisten the tip. Just keep it in my mouth. Maybe pry or bend that little plastic piece just ever so slightly, so it's pointing upward. This seems to go good. I don't know. It feels like I'm picking the right size cells and I'm moving them and they're sticking and they're staying in place. That whole moving process goes right. But when I put it in the builder, that's when everything just doesn't work. It's like nothing happens. So don't know. Gonna keep trying. Enough rambling. Stay tuned.
Whew, it's hot in here. So, in short, I didn't record any of that grafting. What I ended up doing is I ended up grafting a brand new bar with brand new cups of that plastic JZBZ, and I did also re-graft the original cell bars. So I just transferred the larva. I needed that practice. I can definitely see the difference between the instar larva, that 3-day-old larva, as opposed to a older grub. It is all about moving the jelly. I see better without my glasses on, so that whole process felt really great. My only concern is the time. What is the maximum time that you can take a frame out of a hive to graft with? Again, I'm in Southwest Florida. Humidity is way up there. It's very hot, 91. There's no air conditioning in my bee lab here. But what do you think the longest amount of time I can have a frame out so I can transfer larva into a graft? I want to guess and say I'm averaging around, I don't know, 15 minutes. That seems like a lot. That is a long time. 10 minutes, 20. I don't think I'm longer than 20 minutes. But that's something I gotta have to time myself on. So anywho, just some rambling. I'm gonna keep on grafting. So good luck with your bees.